Hey guys, thank you for watching the Slat Rock channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified every time we post a new video. And if you've already done so, just make sure that it's still active. Today we present you with 15 secrets we recently learned about WWE's Paige. Number 15. She can't have children anymore. During a 2016 episode of WWE's reality series Total Divas, Paige dropped a bombshell when she revealed she had gotten pregnant at age 17. Sadly losing the baby during the pregnancy, the British superstar has said how she thought she was stupid to get pregnant at such a young age, but was still devastated to lose the child. Elaborating on this on Lillian Garcia's podcast, Paige said she had a problem with her ovaries, which could only be solved via surgery. Because of this surgery, she can no longer have children, and she was only cleared to wrestle after the surgery the same day of NXT Arrival, where she became the first NXT Women's Champion. Though she can't have children of her own, Paige has said she would love to adopt in the future, and would treat any adopted child as her own flesh and blood. Number 14. She was bullied from a young age. Though she may be one of the most popular women's wrestlers of all time and beloved by millions of fans, Paige did not have an easy life growing up. As part of a wrestling family, the future SmackDown general manager was often bullied at school, to the point where Paige felt ashamed of her lineage. After several years, though, Paige learned to embrace who she was and where she came from. Perhaps this explains why the anti-diva has always been a lone wolf as a competitor, rarely teaming with anyone for too long and often betraying her partners. As a multiple-time champion in the biggest wrestling company in the world, Paige has certainly proven her haters wrong and now aims to inspire millions of young people to believe in themselves. Number 13. The Rock told her about her WWE debut. On the night after WrestleMania 30, Divas champion AJ Lee was very pleased with herself. After defeating every woman on the main roster the night prior, AJ said how there was no one capable of defeating her. This smug look was quickly wiped from AJ's face though, as Paige would make her main roster debut minutes later, upsetting Lee to win the title. The youngest Divas champion of all time, it was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson who told Paige she would debut on Raw after Mania and also win the gold. Telling Paige about her upcoming win during WrestleMania, the Brahma Bull also told the young superstar how he hoped to make a film about her life, saying it reminded him of his own. Though it took quite some time to get off the ground, the film was finally made, as Fighting With My Family was released in March 2019 and goes into great detail about Paige's journey to WWE. Number 12. She has been cyberbullied. In 2016, Paige found herself the victim of a disgusting hack where private photos and videos of her were stolen from her and shared online. And though WWE were supportive of the British star during this distressing time, many fans saw an opportunity to mock and bully her online. Feeling horrible about herself, several comments also criticized Paige's weight, leading the former champion to be diagnosed with stress-induced anorexia. Spiraling further down, Paige would take to drinking and partying to cope with her bullies, and she fell off the wagon multiple times during this period. As many fans and superstars began to worry for Paige's well-being, the anti-diva would finally snap out of this spiral after a young fan told her she would always be her favorite superstar. Realizing her responsibility as a role model, Paige cleaned herself up and is in a much better place. Number 11. She traveled the world alone, aged 14. As part of the legendary Knight wrestling family, it wasn't long before a young Paige entered the squared circle herself. Making her wrestling debut aged 13, Paige would quickly try to hone her craft, traveling from England to Norway the next year. From there, she went on to travel in Belgium, Italy, France, Spain, and Turkey in an effort to build her international portfolio. This was definitely a risk for the young wrestler, but Paige has said that she didn't have many friends at school, so traveling allowed her to be on her own. Her only real friend was her science teacher, who encouraged her to chase her dream no matter what. This clearly paid off, as with a few short years of traveling, WWE would be knocking at her door. Number 10. The reasons behind her suspensions. Paige's 24th birthday in 2016 definitely wasn't a happy return for the former champion, as she was suspended for her first violation of WWE's wellness policy. But though Paige was forced to spend 30 days out of the ring, it wasn't actually due to taking drugs. Defending herself, Paige said she was actually suspended for turning in her medical late, but admitted she messed up during her second violation. Being suspended for 60 days not long after, Paige admitted this time was due to drugs, but also said she didn't enjoy the experience at all. Though she tried to cover up the suspension at first, Paige has said the company was right to suspend her as she had fallen short of her stance as a role model. The former Divas champion has said despite these issues, WWE have always supported her, something she is very grateful for. Number 9. She didn't have many friends because of trust issues. It's clear that Paige had a rough time growing up. Not only did she face the stigma of being a daughter of wrestlers and was bullied at school, but she also struggled to make friends because of these problems. This has sadly continued into her adult life, as the former SmackDown Live GM has said that she struggles to befriend people to this day. After years of people stabbing her in the back, it's no wonder why she'd struggle, though this means those she is friends with, she is very close with. Number 8. The scandal affected her and Xavier Woods. Though Paige was the main victim of the hacking scandal, she wasn't the only WWE superstar involved. In some videos, Paige can be seen with then-boyfriend Brad Maddox, who was released in 2015, as well as New Day star Xavier Woods. The only active WWE superstar when the videos were released, Woods got considerable heat for the videos, especially when you realize his wife was pregnant with their first child at the time of the leaks. Paige said she felt horrible about the situation, not only because of the damage she faced, but because of what happened to Woods, whom she considers a good friend. In interviews after the leaks, Paige didn't even mention her ex-boyfriend Maddox, showing that she was more hurt by the fact that her friends were involved in the scandal as well as herself. Number 7. Rosa Mendes put her in touch with a therapist. Between the leaks, suspensions, and injuries, the past few years have been tough for Paige. And though she continues to face a wave of trolling online, the British star has said that WWE's Mark Carrano has been a huge help through the entire process and called her daily to make sure she was doing okay. Paige also revealed that former WWE superstar Rosa Mendes has also been a huge help, and after overcoming her own battle with alcohol addiction, recommended a therapist to Paige. Accepting the help, Paige has been able to turn her life around, and though she may no longer be wrestling, is seemingly in a much better place mentally than in 2016. Number 6. Her mother went missing for 6 months. Though Paige was traveling the world when she was just 14, she wasn't the only Knight family member to leave the nest. While traveling through Europe, Paige was told that her mother, Soraya Jade Bevis, had gone missing and hadn't been seen in 6 months. Apparently, Paige's mom had been a hard worker her entire life, though her constant need to push herself had reached the point where she had broken down in exhaustion. Paige's mother has had her own share of problems, including being abused and sexually assaulted when she was young. During Soraya's disappearance, Paige struggled to keep it together and turned to drinking to dull the pain. Realizing she had to stop, Paige would eventually find her mother months later, saying she looked like a completely different person. Number 5. She worried her movie would be cancelled. Though plenty of WWE superstars have been able to land a role in a movie, there aren't many who can say they've had a movie made about their life. In 2015, Paige was ecstatic when WWE Studios, The Rock, and Stephen Merchant announced they would be making a film about her and her journey to WWE. However, her leaked photos threw all her plans in the air as Paige worried that the film would be cancelled due to the bad publicity she had received. Luckily, everyone working on the film believed in the project and completed the shoot, with the film being released in early 2019. At a preview screening, Paige admitted she cried the first time she watched it, not only because of how emotional the film is, but because of how emotional it has been to get to the finished product. Number 4. The reason behind her breakup with Alberto Del Rio. When Paige and Alberto Del Rio went public about the relationship, many fans were confused. A considerable age gap between the two, fans wondered whether the pair would last, though grew genuinely concerned as stories about the two were made public. A huge fight at an airport was just a small part of what seemed like a very toxic relationship, with Paige's family saying they were genuinely worried for her and disapproved of Del Rio. Speaking recently, the British star has said the two broke up because Paige wanted to fix her life and focus on her family. She even asked Del Rio to keep things a secret after a year of having her privacy invaded, but details of their relationship were leaked on Snapchat. Despite the relationship being rocky at best, Paige has said that she doesn't hate the former WWE champion at all and wishes him the very best in the future, though they don't talk anymore. Number 3. WWE's biggest stars supported her through her problems. Though Paige faced several problems during 2016, by late 17 the former Divas champion was clean and ready to return to the ring. And though she worried about how the company would treat her, these fears were meaningless when she made her return on the Raw after Survivor Series. Taken aside backstage by Stephanie McMahon, the $1 billion princess told her, "You're gonna be fine, this is your house." These kind words by Stephanie meant a huge deal to Paige, who said they inspired her to give her all upon her return, putting her past behind her. Though she may now be retired due to injuries, Paige has remained a huge part of WWE on screen, thanks in part to Stephanie McMahon. Number 2. The truth about her neck injury. Though Paige has scoliosis, the spinal condition never impacted her ability in the ring, as the former champion has said that she's been able to wrestle at the highest levels despite it. And while scoliosis didn't impact Paige, her several years of wrestling did, and eventually she had to have neck surgery in 2016. Despite feeling off after taking a bump, Paige didn't want to let WWE know, as she worried about her career, and only did so after she botched a few moves in the ring and put other superstars in danger. After the surgery, Paige tried to get back to the gym as soon as possible, which led to a hernia, leaving the hardworking, resilient star to have to take a few months away from training. Returning to the ring in November 2017, it seemed things were finally turning around for her. Unfortunately, her neck injuries persisted, and Paige was forced to announce her retirement from wrestling in an emotional speech on the Raw after WrestleMania 34. Number 1. The leaks made her contemplate killing herself. Though some fans continue to mock Paige for having her private photos stolen, they should know just how devastating this was for the British star. Aware that this heinous act will be what many fans think of when they think of her, Paige has said she didn't want to leave the house when it happened and became an even more private person. She also said that she hated herself so much over the leak that she even thought about committing suicide just to take the pain away. Though she thankfully didn't go this far, the constant feeling of shame and depression did have a huge toll on Paige, as she would lose some of her hair, get very sick, and become anorexic. Hating headlines that would refer to her as a tape scandal star, it's incredible that Paige has been able to overcome these feelings of suicide, and shows just how disgusting that it is that fans will still mock her for something that was never her fault. Well guys, that's our list. Do you know anything about Paige that we might not? Drop us a comment below and let us know. If you like this video, don't forget to check out our previous video, 20 recent mistakes fans completely missed in WWE. Also, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and the bell icon so you don't miss a single new video. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and as always, thank you for watching.